Building Ideas is proudly brought to you by the Master Builders Association.
Building ideas, lots of great ideas you really need to know. Building ideas, sit back, relax and enjoy the show.
Hello everyone, you'll never guess where I am today. We're having so much fun travelling around the state. I'm actually down at Habra, which is just down the road from Victor Harbour, and it is absolutely stunning down here. There's lots of building work going on, which is really exciting, and we are going to be hosting the program from this lovely home behind me, which is the latest addition in the portfolio of Master Builders South Coast Constructions, and it's called the Kelsey. For the past 26 years, South Coast Constructions have been custom building award-winning homes for their clients on the southern Fleurieu Peninsula. For them, custom building means exactly that. Each home they build is unique and tailored specifically to meet their clients' individual requirements. Their reputation is unsurpassed, and the majority of their business comes from word-of-mouth recommendations from previous clients. Well, that says it all really, and the Kelsey, their latest display home, it really is a shining example of what they're all about, and the fact that it includes energy efficiency principles and low maintenance, well, that's just an absolute bonus for me. The Kelsey is located in the award-winning environmentally sustainable Beyond Today development at Habra, so the home design and construction had to meet the strictest energy efficiency principles. The fact it's built on a sloping site added additional design and build challenges, and given its constant exposure to the harsh coastal environment, including high winds and salt inundation, meant South Coast Construction faced many challenges. The home has been built over 2 levels and it literally has spectacular views from every room. It's the combination of the timber and the stone, the glass and the aluminium. It gives it a very natural feel. We're going to show you more of this beautiful home throughout today's program, but first this is what else you can see. We have another update about the Construction Apprenticeship Mentoring Scheme. Andrew talks about what you need to consider if you're planning a renovation. We'll hear from SA Water, outlining all you need to know about your water meter. And I'm looking forward to catching up with one of Adelaide's very funny celebrities. I'm not going to tell you who our celebrity guest is yet, but I can tell you he is extremely talented and he has a wicked sense of humour. So stay tuned for that. Now, before we get into it, I'm going to show you our feature home today. Come on in. There are 3 bedrooms in total, 2 on the ground floor and the master suite on the upper level. We're going to show you all the standout features a little later of the Kelsey today, but before we do, it's over to Andrew, who has the lowdown about the latest trends on the home front.
In the past, we've spoken a fair bit about the new trends that are happening in our homes, and also what seems to be of importance in new floor plans. One thing that has changed a huge amount, particularly over the last 5 years or so, is home theatres. Years ago, it used to be formal lounge and dining rooms that had pride of place in the home. But gone are the days of hosting formal dinner parties. Inviting family and friends over for a relaxed, casual barbecue, followed by a movie or the footy on the big screen, is what it's all about these days. If you're considering including a home theatre in your new home or renovation, it's a good idea to plan ahead, because it's just not the same if you haven't planned out the room and prepared the acoustics of the room or considered the layout. There's more to it than just hanging a big TV on any old wall and plonking a couch in front of it. If you're serious about setting up a home theatre, talk to your master builder and ask for their advice and recommendations. Home theatres can be as elaborate as you'd like or reasonably straightforward, but there are a few simple things that you really should keep in mind. Creating the right mood is very important, and you can do this pretty easily with your choice of seating, lighting, and general room decor. And of course, even more important is the screen, the sound system, and the projector. And there are loads of companies around Adelaide who will happily get you kitted out with some really good gear. Home theatres have become more affordable these days, so now's a good time to think about setting one up in your home. The ideal space for a home theatre is around 6 metres by 4 metres, and obviously it needs to be in a separate room that can be completely shut off from the rest of the house. You'll have to pay some special attention to creating good acoustics. which you can do by having thicker wall linings installed, as well as the highest rated insulation to make sure that the rest of the house doesn't rock when you get to the explosive parts of any of the movies that you're going to watch. Pre-wiring for surround sound is also essential and will enable you to carefully plan the location of all of your speakers, as well as where you'll have your storage for the hub of your receiver and other AV equipment. Make sure your master builder pre-wires your projector system too, and includes high-speed internet cables for video streaming. Lighting needs to be pre-wired too, as does a drywall and sound barriers. And make sure your door's heavy duty too for optimum sound reduction. Theatre seating is another highlight, and there's nothing better than being able to kick back and relax in a comfy recliner. Now, if you want some more information on how you can set up a home theatre in your home, then have a look at the Master Builder's website at mbasa.com.au. Now, actually, I have to admit that I love watching movies. And if I can do it from the comfort of my own home, that's even better, because you can pause the movie whenever you want, and the popcorn's cheaper too.
Building ideas, handy hints, there's always something new.
We're very lucky in South Australia to have a beautiful Mediterranean climate. It means that we can have gorgeous gardens and enjoy them too. It's very important to understand about water resources, knowing how to manage your water and working with SA Water, so if any potential problems come up, we can fix them straight away. And the best place to do that is at the water meter. Knowing how your meter works will enable you to manage your water use and establish if you have any leaks in your pipe work. Water meters provide SA Water with the data they need to know to measure your water use, so you can be charged accordingly. Tim Sandland is from SA Water, and Tim, how do people read their meter?
Customers can read their water meter by reading the numbers on the dial. The black numbers represent kilolitres while the red numbers represent litres.
What about if you think you've got a leak? Who's responsible?
It depends on where the leak is as to who's responsible. The water connection is made up of 3 parts: the inlet riser and stopcock tap, the water meter and the outlet riser. Anything after the outlet riser is customers' private pipe work, and it is their responsibility to maintain, repair any fittings or pipes within their pipe work. If the customer discovers a leak in their pipe work, they should call a licensed plumber. SA Water is responsible for any leakage at the water meter and its fittings, and the pipe work going back to the water main in the street.
A good way of conducting a bit of a self-audit on your water meter before you call out SA Water is to check and write down all of the numbers, black and red, on the meter. Make sure no one in the household uses any water for a couple of hours, or preferably overnight, including the toilet. After that, go out and check the numbers again. If they're different from the first lot of numbers you recorded, chances are you have a water leak somewhere on your property.
It's important people remember that the water meter is not there to control the flow of water. If customers want to stop the flow of water, they need to install an isolation tap in their pipe work.
If you've identified a leak in the SA Water network, then call them immediately. They have an emergency service, and you can give them a call on 1300 883 121. And you can also have a look at their website. They've got some very interesting fact sheets there, and that is sawater.com.au.
A couple of weeks ago, we spoke with Nathan Allen, who's an apprentice being mentored by CAMS, the Construction Apprenticeship Mentoring Scheme, and he told us how the scheme had been helping him. So this week, I thought we'd have a look at the other side of the mentoring arrangement and catch up with an actual mentor. CAMS mentors typically use their experience from years of working in the building and construction industry, and have also been provided specific mentor training. They're able to offer help for any work-life issues apprentices may be facing, as well as career guidance for their future beyond their apprenticeship. This approach has resulted in an increase of successful completion rates of trade qualifications for young people in the industry, which is a definite positive. One such mentor is Ashley Norton.
I was inspired to become a volunteer mentor with CAMS, firstly because I was recommended by one of my colleagues that he could see how that my skills about working with young people could help them overcome a lot of the barriers that they face as they start off on their journey. You know, especially as they go out into the workforce, it can be quite daunting and quite scary for them. Often I'm the only one that they open up to. They don't often open up to their boss or their mum or their dad or even their friends. And often when we gain that trust, we can then work through not just work issues, we often work through like life issues and relationship stuff, and it actually can go, you know, quite broad and quite wide. So what I get from that is I actually have the privilege of, you know, being part of their life for a year, and I can watch them grow from that. Well, last week I actually went out on site and I saw that there was a young lady and she was using a grinder, a huge heavy grinder, cutting off the Rio for a foundation, you know, and that was a surprise to me because usually it's just a man's job or a bloke's job, but it's changing. There are so many more women out there in the building industry, so many more chippies I've seen, you know, as well as a plumber and an electrician. You know, there's a broad range now. It's not just restricted to young men.
So if you're a young apprentice who could benefit from one-on-one assistance from an industry mentor like Ashley, then contact the Master Builders Association. Or check out the Master Builders website at mbasa.com.au.
Building ideas, handy hints, there's always something new.
Over the past few weeks, we've had a lot of fun meeting some of our state celebrities and also buildings of note. Well, finally, we can reveal who our exciting celebrity is today. Of course, you would know Matt Gilbertson.
Oh my God.
Or better known as the Berlin Wonder Boy, Hans.
The international superstar, sex symbol, accordionist, Beyonce enthusiast, gossip writer, please.
Don't we
Nicole,
love him?
Have a little family-friendly pink lemonade. Cheers.
Don't mind if I do, darling.
Welcome to my house.
Oh, thank
Welcome
you.
to my kitchen.
Loving it. And I would love to be invited for a dinner party around that table because I can imagine you have some fabulous dinner parties.
Listen, I do a nice shankarama.
Oh,
I will say that. You know, I don't like to brag. That's not my style. But, you know, something a little 70s, a bit apricot chicken. Do you like an apricot chicken?
I do. Anything would
We
be
could do
great.
that. We could definitely do that.
Oh, now your home looks amazing. We just actually did a lovely story about Adelaide Press Metal and it looks great in here,
They're
doesn't it?
amazing, aren't they? They're great. So yes, this house did not look like this when I bought it. We called it Grey Gardens. Do you know the movie Grey Gardens?
I don't.
Look it up, you'd love it. They're crazy. It was kind of the haunted house when we bought it, and so a lot of hard work, a lot of trips to IKEA.
Oh, well, it just looks superb. And I love it. I had a little sneaky peek look in the bathroom, chandelier over the bathtub. I can just see you in there with your pink lemonade.
Yeah, I think it's necessary, don't you?
Oh, absolutely.
Chandelier in the bathroom. You've got to have something to swing off.
You do. You do indeed. So where do you get your building inspirations from?
Listen, I'm going to be very honest. My building inspirations, I didn't really do a thing in here. My mum and my dad did most of it. They're the creative ones
You are
here.
very lucky with your parents,
I've
aren't
been
you?
very, very lucky, yes.
Because your mum does all your lovely outfits, doesn't she?
She does. I know, it's a look a mother can be proud of, isn't it,
Oh, it
Nicole?
is. Look, I would like to ask you, being a very tall girl with long legs, where do you buy stockings to fit?
Listen, Maya.
Really?
You would think it's I have to get them imported from the
I would have
Amazon or
thought.
somewhere. But yeah, no, just Maya for your lovely leggy lasses
Oh,
like yourself.
fantastic. See, I
Yeah.
just love getting tips. I'm going to get some makeup tips later too.
Oh, well, you know, if you want to look like me, I dare you to.
Cheers to you, love.
Cheers!
And thank you for coming on Building Ideas, our beautiful Hans. See you. Matt Gilbertson is a funny man. He's really entertaining. And speaking of entertaining, I'm in the gorgeous entertainment area of the Kelsey built by South Coast Constructions. And I really love that it's been built on the upper level because this home was designed on a sloping block, so it has a split level design. The good thing about that is you take advantage of the spectacular views and you also have excellent solar benefits. The balcony can be accessed from 3 rooms, the main bedroom, the kitchen and living areas. So when all the doors are open, the entire living areas effectively become one lovely outdoor room. It also has an operable louvered sunroof that can be adjusted according to the weather, providing warmth in the winter and protection from the hot sun in summer. And would you believe this roof is smart enough to detect rain? As soon as it starts to rain, the sensors close the roof. How cool! I I really love this deck because it's big enough to entertain large crowds, but it's also very intimate to enjoy some peace and quiet. And behind me is the sunken garden, which is a great design feature. At the moment, the tree is looking a bit, well, winterish, aren't we all? But in spring, the blossom will come out and you'll be able to see it through the windows, which is just beautiful. Elevated homes, especially those built over several levels, can create immense challenges for builders, but not South Coast Constructions. One of their specialties is building on sloping sites. And rather than suspending concrete slabs, which can create an engineering headache and also be very costly, they elected to install 40mm thick travertine stone pavers as opposed to tiles throughout the living area to provide thermal mass without added expense. A design innovation that's assisted with the green requirements of this home and at the same time added to the overall stylish appeal. A very clever option, and they look great too. Now stay with us because after the break, Andrew's going to tell you everything you need to consider when you're thinking about a home renovation.
Building ideas, handy hints, there's always something new.
We talk a lot about building new homes on Building Ideas, but with so many sensational older style homes in and around Adelaide still waiting to be done up, doing a renovation yourself could be a fantastic experience, but also add a huge amount of value to your property. If you do it right, a home renovation can add extra space, comfort, and value to your home. And if you love the area that you live in, chances are that you don't want to move. So improving the house you're already in may be just the answer you're looking for. To make sure that your renovation is as stress-free as possible, it's a really good idea to plan ahead. Depending on the scale of work you're going to have done, chances are you'll need development approval, and your master builder will be able to help you with this. Like with a new home, you'll need to establish a budget outlining what you can afford to spend, because once you start thinking and planning your renovation, it's really easy to get carried away. And whilst you might start out wanting to just renovate your bathroom, spruce up a bedroom, or do up your kitchen, you'll definitely have to set some parameters, or you'll be renovating the whole home sooner than you know it. Think about safety too, because if your home was built pre the year 2000, it may contain asbestos. Now, its use was banned in 2003 Australia-wide, so make sure that you get an expert involved before you go ripping out any walls or other cladding. Now, while we're on that, while it's a good idea to get stuck into these renovations yourself, make sure that you know your limits, because it can very easily and very quickly cost you a lot of time, energy, and money if you're going to be working on renovations that you know very little about. South Australian households spent almost $385 million on sprucing up their homes in the past 12 months, putting us in the middle of one of the state's biggest ever renovation booms. So make sure you select a master builder who specialises in home renovations and home additions. Dealing with all the nuances of an existing home can be very different to starting a new build from scratch. You'll also have to work out if you're going to stay in the home whilst it's being renovated, or will you have enough money in your budget to rent somewhere else? If so, for how long? Think about the big picture too, and consider what you'd like your home to look like in 10 years' time, if you're planning to stay that long. If not, and all you want to do is fix it up a bit and move on, then you'll need to be even stricter with your plans and your budget. Remember, there are master builders who specialise in renovating all types of homes to different degrees. So if you want to have a look and see what they can do, have a look at the website sadisplayvillage.com.au and you're bound to be inspired.
Some great advice there, especially if you're thinking about doing some renovation work at your home. Then again, if you bought a brand new home like this one, the Kelsey, built by South Coast Constructions, you wouldn't have a care in the world. This home has been planned, designed and built with environmental sustainability, comfort and style in mind, and it really achieves all of these principles. The kitchen and open plan living and meals area is another highlight of the home, and I love the way the fireplace has been built into the solid limestone feature wall, which spans both levels of the home. It's great for thermal mass and an eye-catching focal point. Everything about this home has been done with careful consideration to achieve a luxurious lifestyle. All of the windows are double glazed and the home can be completely zoned, enabling areas that aren't being used to be shut off from the rest of the house. In fact, the lower level has been built to be largely self-contained, so if just part of the family is at home, the second level can be completely shut off. All rooms have ceiling fans to encourage air movement, and high efficiency LED downlighting and compact LED and fluorescent lighting has been installed throughout. There's even a ducted vacuum system in this house. Like with most sensational new homes, the kitchen is a definite highlight. This one, I notice, has top shelf Miele appliances that are 5-star rated. It's got a massive pantry, and check this out, the splashback slide, so you can easily pass things through. I tell you, this kitchen has got it all. I like the fact it's all very contemporary, but in no way overdone. A definite draw card is the gorgeous outlook from every living space within this home. The windows all create stunning picture book views. I know Haber and Victor conjure thoughts of holidays, but the Kelsey is a lot more than a holiday home. And actually, no, for a new home, when I look around, it's got a very warm and inviting feel. I don't think you'd ever be able to leave once you moved in here. It's fantastic. Now, unfortunately, it is nearly time to go, so I'd like to show you what's on next week's show. We're going to catch up with Alan Shepherd from Alan Shepherd Constructions. We'll feature a lovely home built by Clareville Homes. Andrew looks at some more of the products in the Rylock range. And we'll learn about building site security thanks to SafeWork SA. Oh, we do seem to be packing so much into these shows. It seems like more each week, which is fantastic. New homes, building ideas, it's terrific. I'm back in the Kelsey today and I've just loved being here. It's such a lovely home. If you'd like to come and visit it yourself, then it's open for display on Mondays, Wednesdays, Saturdays and Sundays from 1 until 4:30. Oh, an interesting fact for you too. It was named after the late David Kelsey, who sadly passed away back in January 2013, which I think is a lovely sentiment. Now, if you'd like to have a sneak peek before you get down here, you can also check them out online, which is southcoastconstructions.com.au. Enjoy your weekend. I'm going to enjoy it in front of the fire here, and they're going to find it very hard to get me out. See you later.
Handy hints, there's always something new. Building ideas, lots of great ideas you really need to know. Building ideas.
Building Ideas proudly brought to you by the Master Builders Association.